Imagine this. One bank account had just 70 cents left in it. Another account showed only $1.58. That's a total of $2.26. Now pause for a second and think, how would anyone survive with just $2 to their name? No savings, no income, no direction. This was the situation Grant found himself in when he lost his job. With no other option, he was forced to move back in with his parents. Now, in many cultures, including here in the US, there's a stigma about moving back home in your mid-20s. People think you failed, you're a loser, or you just can't handle life. And to be honest, that's exactly how Grant felt. Every evening at the dinner table, his parents would ask him the same question. "Son, did you find a job yet?" And every evening, with his eyes down, he would quietly reply, "No, I'm still looking." For 2 months straight, Grant applied to more than 200 companies. He worked on his resume, sent out applications day and night, but not a single call came back. One afternoon, completely exhausted and frustrated, he walked to an empty field, laid down on the ground, and stared up at the sky. His mind was racing. I went to a good university, I got decent grades. Why is this happening to me? Why is my life in such a mess? He remembered what his dad used to tell him. Just get a job. Even if you don't like it at first, you'll get used to it. So that's exactly what Grant had done. He had taken a high-paying job not because he loved it, but because it was the right path in his dad's eyes. But now, despite following that path, he was jobless, broke, and stuck at his parents' home with just $2.26 in his account. Meanwhile, his friends, some of whom hadn't worked half as hard in school, were doing fine. Some were running small businesses, others were settled into jobs, and here was Grant, feeling completely lost. At that moment, lying on the grass, he made a decision. Enough was enough. Something had to change. He set a bold goal for himself. One day, his bank account would hold at least $1 million. He wanted financial freedom no matter what it took. But the big question was, how? The path wasn't clear. He didn't have a roadmap, but what he did have was determination. For the next 5 years, Grant worked harder than ever before. He read every personal finance book he could get his hands on. He studied how money works, how to manage it, grow it, and protect it. He worked odd jobs, some small, some slightly better, but he quickly realized that just having a job wasn't enough. So he took a leap and started not one, but 2 companies. It wasn't easy. He failed many times. He lost money, but he kept going. And after 5 years of relentless effort, something incredible happened. His net worth crossed the $1 million mark. From having $2 in his pocket to $1 million in his bank, that was his transformation. But Grant didn't stop there. Once he reached $1 million, he started aiming higher, towards $10 million and beyond. More importantly, he wanted to help others achieve the same freedom he had found. That's why he wrote his famous book, Financial Freedom, a proven path to all the money you will ever need. In that book, Grant outlined the exact steps he took, breaking down the process into 7 stages of financial freedom. These aren't just theories. They're practical steps that anyone can follow, whether you're making $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year. Today, let's walk through those 7 stages, in simple terms, so you too can start your journey toward financial freedom.
Stage 1. Clarity. The first step is knowing exactly how much money you actually need. Think about your monthly expenses. Let's say you need $4,000 per month to live comfortably. That's about $48,000 per year. Now ask yourself, if you didn't want to work for 10, 20, or 30 years, how much money would you need saved or invested to cover those expenses? That's clarity. Without a clear number, you're just shooting arrows in the dark. Financial freedom isn't just an idea. It's a specific, measurable number you need to figure out. Stage 2. Self-Sufficiency. At this stage, you're making just enough money to cover your expenses. For example, if you earn $2,500 a month and spend $2,500 a month, you're self-sufficient. You don't rely on your parents, friends, or credit cards. You're standing on your own 2 feet. It might seem small, but this is your first real victory. Stage 3. Breathing room. Here, you start having a little extra left after paying your bills. Maybe you can save 1 or 2 months' worth of expenses. It's not huge, but it gives you comfort. If you lose your job tomorrow, you'll at least have some time to figure things out. That little cushion brings peace of mind. Stage 4. Stability. This is where things get exciting. At this stage, you're finally debt-free. Your credit cards are paid off, your loans are cleared, and on top of that, you have an emergency fund covering 6 months of expenses. For the first time, you feel the ground beneath your feet. You feel safe. Stage 5. Flexibility. Here you have 2 years' worth of expenses saved up. Now, if you lose your job, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to make decisions out of desperation. You can choose what's best for you, not just what pays the bills. This is when life starts running on your terms. Stage 6. Financial independence. This is the golden stage. Your investments now generate enough income to cover your daily expenses without needing a job. Imagine your stock portfolio, rental income, or other investments paying all your bills every month. Now you're working because you want to, not because you have to. Grant reached this stage in just 5 years. Stage 7. Abundance. This is the ultimate level. You have so much wealth that you can never run out no matter how long you live. At this point, money's no longer a worry. You can travel, enjoy hobbies, spend time with family, and live life fully. This is true financial freedom, where your money works for you while you enjoy your life.
The mindset shift you need. But here's the thing. Just knowing these stages isn't enough. To actually achieve them, you need to shift your mindset. That's why Grant also shared some powerful thinking models. 1. Time is more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can never get back lost time. Think about it this way. If your hourly income is $50, is it really worth spending 30 minutes to save $5 on a coupon? Probably not. Once you value your time, you start making smarter financial decisions. 2. Your number matters. How much money do you really need for freedom? A popular rule is the 25x rule. Take your annual expenses and multiply them by 25. That's the amount you need invested to retire. For example, if you spend $40,000 per year, you'll need $1 million invested. 3. The magic of compounding. Every $1,000 you save and invest today can grow into tens of thousands over 10 to 20 years. But only if you avoid wasting money on big expenses. The 3 biggest areas where people overspend are housing, choose affordable rent, or a smaller home. Cars, buy what you need, not just for show. Food, cook at home instead of eating out. Avoiding unnecessary debt like wedding loans or lifestyle loans also helps. 4. Relying on only one job is risky. Grant invested in real estate for extra income. You can do the same through flipping houses or buying rentals. Or you can start a side hustle based on your skills, freelancing, consulting, content creation, or even starting an online store. The point is, find ways to earn outside your 9 to 5. 5. Learn to sell. Whether it's a job interview, a business pitch, or even convincing your kids to eat their veggies, life is sales. Grant recommends books like The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy and Influence by Robert Cialdini. Sales is a lifelong skill that pays off in every area of life. The big lesson. Grant's story teaches us one powerful truth. No matter how bad things look, whether you have $2 in your pocket or a pile of rejection letters, if you stay committed and take action, you can turn your life around. Financial freedom isn't about luck. It's about clarity, discipline, and consistent effort. So if you want a future where your money works for you, where you wake up excited to live life on your own terms, start today. Take small steps. Save. Invest. Build skills. Find side hustles. Because those small steps will add up to big changes. And one day, just like Grant, you'll look back and say, I made it. That's the story. If you found this inspiring, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon